Okay, so I just put my little toddler to sleep. So I have a little time to chat with y'all. But I just wanted to come on and just reflect for a minute because, girl, I had to think to myself, like, have you really ever been in love? I realized I've never been in love from a healthy space of loving myself, of knowing myself, knowing what I want and don't want, and what I need and what I don't need. I have been dating literally for the past 25 years. That's a long ass time. From 13 to 38. I'm gonna be 40 this year. Hey, we don't even don't even speak on that. But yeah, from 13 to 30, 25 years. That means I was always in a relationship, a situationship, talking to somebody, or just emotionally attached. Always dealing with somebody. Just never alone. I hardly spent enough time alone from girlhood up till now. And I swear, if I could save you the time, energy, and effort, and when I say time, I'm talking about wasted time, over invested time. Then girl, let me just share something with you real quick. Let me tell you. So at the time, I used to tell myself in my girlhood days, I used to say, oh, I'm a relationship person. I just chalked it up to that. Like, that's why I'm always attracting guys, like, always with somebody. But the truth is, I actually didn't even know who I was outside of being needed and wanted or chosen for somebody. In these relationships, I don't know if it would start as infatuation or connection, chemistry. Yeah, it would start from that, and then we'll get to know each other. And me being a Scorpio, I want to know everything. I want to deep dive and pick you apart, pick your brain apart. I want to know everything about you. And I realized I would become consumed, so absorbed in their life and their lifestyle, and I would take on their identity. I would become infatuated, so in love that I would start over functioning, over performing, helping them, healing them, supporting them, just being everything to them, being who they needed me to be. So much so that I realized I would be abandoning myself. I started, it would be like my life would become so consumed with their life that I forget about my own priorities, my own needs, and what makes me happy and what doesn't make me happy. Normally, the relationships will last for about a year or two. I want to say 2.5 years max before reality sets in. I start realizing, yeah, we're not compatible. This is not my person. What was I thinking? Why did I attract them? Like, so then I would break up, recover, get myself back together, and then do it all over again. This was a vicious cycle. And I didn't realize it until my last relationship. After many years of overinvesting, performing for these men, trying to earn that ring, trying to earn that symbolism of desire that I am worthy of being a wife, that I am capable of taking on all this responsibility, being their everything, being their therapist, being their cook, their clean, their maid, just all these responsibilities. I always wanted to appear so strong that I was the one that could take the job. I was the one that was built for this without even realizing that I was taken from myself. Let me say this. I did not grow up in an environment that taught me to pour into myself. I learned how to be who people needed me to be. And because I was always a creative, that was not an acceptable career in my family growing up. So, in order for me to become someone more traditional, I had to perform. I was taught to just be who they needed me to be kind, to be respectful, do what I was told, but not necessarily follow my true, authentic calling. And that that's exactly what showed up in my dating life. And so that's all I knew how to do. And that's the only way I knew how to show up, was by being who other people needed me to be. So I realized that I was not getting to know myself. I wasn't who I thought I was. I thought I knew my purpose in this traditional sense. I didn't. I thought I knew the woman that I wanted to become. I didn't. I did not spend enough time with myself understanding what it is that I want and don't want and need and don't need. And I realized after my last relationship, after we broke up, I wrote down all the names of the guys that I had dated over the past 25 years. And I looked at it really hard. I said, God, what do you want me to know? What is the lesson you want me to see here? And then I realized all of them had abandonment issues. It may have been one that was raised by a single mom. It may have been one that was, lost his dad at an early age, or whatever the case may be. Every single one of them had abandonment issues. And I'm like, wow. So all of them are mirrors to me. I'm the one with abandonment issues. And as I reflected and really did a lot of spiritual work, I realized I attracted them because I had abandonment issues. I didn't know how to sit with myself and be alone and get to know myself. Do the things that I love doing, pour into myself, discovering my gifts, remembering my gifts. At that point is when I realized I'm okay being alone. I enjoy being alone. And I spent a lot of time just with myself. So, have I ever loved from this space of loving myself? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. And it feels really good. I do feel like the next time if I decide to get involved with someone from this space, it'll be so much different, because now I have a much clearer understanding of the woman I am and the woman I'm becoming. And so I want to leave you with this. When you don't know who you are, your relationships will define you. And until you have enough, like I did, you'll realize there is no relationship that will give you the identity that you have not built for yourself. That was a hard lesson for me, but I'm telling you, it is so much more greater, so much more fulfilling and happier on this side. If I could go back, I would spend less time chasing validation and more time pouring into myself. So this is that season, this is that era of pouring into myself. But anyway, I hope this video was enlightening or just insightful in some type of way. I'm going to be doing these reflective story times just to share and speak to that inner child, that inner girl that is crying out for help, crying out for answers or understanding or just relatability. But yeah, stay beautiful, stay lovely, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.